to spend on a company car.
And to mark that, we're going to offer you £18,000 to buy a company car of your choice.
He is now behaving in exactly the same way as pretty well every other thrusting young executive who gets his wheeler, from which he will emerge in a shiny new 318i. His mates are impressed with his new car, his boss is happy, he is happy. So, that's it then. Except for one small thing. He, like thousands of others, never stopped to consider if there might be an alternative. And that meant he never stopped to consider the brand new C-Class Mercedes-Benz. This is a replacement for the 190. It's bigger, and of course it's better. And at £17,600, it's just about the same as a BMW 318i. The question is it any good? The only way you can work that out is to do what 50% of BMW buyers don't do and go for a test drive. The first thing that will put our young friend off the Mercedes is the styling. From most angles it looks as statesmanlike and as dignified as all the other Mercedes-Benzes, but from the back it's just plain ugly, even, dare I say it, a little Vauxhall Belmont-ish.
He also won't care very much for the interior. He won't like this huge plastic steering wheel, and he won't like the ridiculously hard and unsupportive seats that he falls out of every time he goes around the corner. He won't like the acres of black plastic, which, on the more expensive models, are where you find all the knobs and buttons. He won't like the lack of a sunroof, and he'll be completely baffled by these strange, windy things in the doors. Apparently, you turn them, and the windows go up and down. Might catch on, that.
This must be the most expensive car you can buy that does not have electric windows as standard. But most of all, our young friend won't like the performance. Under that huge bonnet, there's a 1.8-litre four-cylinder engine, which develops exactly the same amount of power as an egg whisk. Top speed is 120 miles an hour. With an automatic gearbox, 0 to 60 takes 14 seconds. Oak trees grow faster than that.
If Mercedes were gunning for the swooping young BMW driving ad man, then they have failed comprehensively and miserably. But I don't think they were. In order to find out what this car is all about, we need to go right back to the beginning and start again.
This is the old Mercedes 190. It was the car that brought Mercedes ownership within the reach of millions, and millions of people responded by buying one. The 190 is a tough act to follow, and to make sure they got its replacement right, Mercedes have been working on it for 10 years. This is the result. The C-Class, one of the most thoroughly designed cars that you can buy.
Most car-related advertising slogans are claptrap, but this really is engineered like no other car.
And that badge way down there at the end of the bonnet serves as a constant reminder that life is treating you well. According to a recent European survey, a Mercedes is the most prestigious car on the market.
And then there's the interior. No, it isn't very well equipped, but what you do get is beautifully screwed together. Every switch, every knob feels like it will last for 100 years.
Buy this car when you retire, and it will still be in perfect working order until way past your sell-by date. It is a slow car, but it's fast enough. It will cruise effortlessly at 70 miles an hour with not a hint of wind noise, just the gentle sound of Radio 2 to keep you awake. It won't break the bank either. It will return 28 mpg on average, and after 3 years and 40,000 miles, it will only have lost 45% of the initial purchase price. A C-Class may be expensive to buy, but in the long term, it could actually work out cheaper to run than a Ford. Handling tends not to be of great importance to the older buyer, which is a good thing because the C-Class isn't very good at it. It rides beautifully though. It's as comfortable as having a bath.
And then there's the immense feeling of solidity. I know this is a real Clarksonism, but if I had to have an accident in a car costing less than £20,000, I'd choose this one. Sure, you don't get a sunshine roof or electric windows, but you do get an airbag and anti-lock brakes. And these are sensible features because this is a sensible car for sensible, practical, proper people.
So, to sum up, what we have here is a car that's too slow, too staid and too boring for younger motorists. And the faster, better equipped versions are too expensive.
However, what we have here is a car that's just about perfect for people with greying temples, for people who are old enough to remember Janis Joplin and that immortal line, "Oh Lord, won't you buy me a Mercedes-Benz?"